Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for another process video. This is going to be a bit of a mixed media process video because I made my own background using a stencil and some modeling paste, and I also used some spun sugar distress ink re-inker. I wanted to make the background the same color as the paper. Sorry about that. It's really early in the morning here, so I'm just trying to get my bearings. So I'm using this stencil by the Crafters Workshop called Tiny Circles, and I'm just spreading it really thin and evenly over the stencil. And I almost didn't have enough, so I had to really scrape it to get to the bottom of the page. And I didn't know that it was going to make the modeling paste the same exact color as the paper. I thought it was going to be a little darker, but it came out like the exact same color as the paper, which worked out okay. So that's what it looks like up close when I'm finished. And now I've got my picture, which is a picture of me back in about 1989 or so. I'm using the Heidi Swap, I believe it's called Dreamy 6x6 paper pad. And I'm just cutting a few pieces of paper just to layer it, or to map my photo, and then I'm going to cut some as layers. I really like this ticket paper because it pulls out all the colors in the photo. It's just a really pretty pattern paper. And then I wanted to bring in craft because I have some of those craft Heidi Swap tags. So I brought in that craft piece with the polka dots. And I wanted to line them up across the page. So that's what I'm kind of laying them out. I'm going to play around with it a little bit, but I'm going to end up, doing it like lined up across the page. These are the Heidi Swap tickets that I told you about. And I was trying to decide between Time Flies and Hope, and then I decided to go with Hope because I was very full of hope back then at that age. Lots of dreams and ambitions and, that sort of thing. And then I went to cut this little piece of blue paper that was left over as a banner, and I cut it the wrong way, so I made like a inverted banner. So I had to recut it. So it ended up being a little bit short, but then I kind of like how that looked, so that was okay. And that's not really going to stay where it's at right now. I'm going to end up moving that. So I'm popping my photo up on some foam tape because I wanted it to have a little bit of dimension and a shadow behind it. So now I'm going to start gluing everything down. And I decided to put the banner at the middle of the page, just like alongside the photos and stuff. And I tried so hard to use this banner. I really wanted to use these Heidi Swap banners somehow on this page, but they just didn't seem to work, and the color of the green was a little different than the color of the blue, and it just drove me nuts. So here I'm taking the pop dots off, and I was just going to put it on and lay it flat on my page, and then parts of it wouldn't stay, so I tried to staple it. And I also noticed that my layers were not sticking to the background page, and I guess it's because of the modeling paste and the pattern on the paper. So I'm going to end up pulling out my sewing machine and sewing all the layers on, as well as that pretty little plastic vellum word that says pretty. I'm going to end up just sewing all of that on real quick. I just wanted to make sure that it stayed on and didn't fall out. I'm sorry if you can hear dogs barking. My neighbor's little dogs are barking. And I've got my windows open because it's a pretty day today. It's still early, so it's cool. So this picture was taken of me before I went to work, and I had a job as a secretary somewhere. And I think I was about 18 here. And I was on my way to work, and I don't know, my mom just snapped the photo. And looking back now, I just think it's kind of funny because of the way that I was dressed, and how my shoes had to match my belt, and my bracelet and earrings had to match my belt and shoes, and that kind of thing. And now I'm like total mom. I just wear comfortable clothes, and I don't even have bracelets or earrings anymore. And I don't have heels or skirts or anything, so. So now I'm pulling out some Hottie Swap ephemera. Some of it's vellum and some of it's cardstock. And I thought I wanted to use that phone, but because it reminded me of my job as a secretary, but then I couldn't find a way to make it work, so I just kind of didn't. And now you just saw me pull off that Heidi Swap banner at the top of the page, and it caused me to rip the paper in the middle at the top. But I think it just kind of adds to the look of the page when it's done. So I didn't try to cover it up or anything. So now I'm using a little banner on a toothpick flag thing and what is that called? A pinwheel from the Pure, it's crepe paper Pure 49, I think, something like that. I picked up those little pinwheels at Tuesday morning, and they were like $1.49 or something, so I grabbed 2 of them. One's for a giveaway and one is for this. So then I have a little vellum choose happy, not vellum, but plastic choose happy transparency up there on the left hand side. And I didn't have like, I stapled it onto the page. I'm so sorry, guys. I am so not awake yet. My mind is like half working. So I also put these 2 little banners by Hottie Swap on either side of the word pretty. And now I'm putting a little vellum arrow up there at the top, and I stapled that on as well. And I'm trying to decide if I want to move that little banner flag, because I didn't like the way that it looked, so I just ended up taking it off the page. And now I'm using Heidi Swap stickers. They're like chipboard stickers, and one is a camera and one is today, and I hot glued them on the page so that they would stay, because I have a hard time with chipboard. It doesn't seem to want to stick. I don't know if it's the weather where I live or if it's just the chipboard, but I have a really hard time with chipboard stickers. So now I've got some gold rub-on stars from the Print Shop collection, and I'm just going to put a couple here and there around the page, just for, a little finishing touch. And I believe that's pretty much it. Yep, that's it. My page is finished. So I hope that you like it, and I hope that you'll try the stenciling on the background. It's really fun, and it turned out really cool. I love that little tiny circle stencil. So thanks for watching, guys. I will be back soon. I've got about 5 more videos that I need to do voiceovers for, so have a great day. Bye.